It is time to talk about the Eagles' defensive line. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our studio. I'm Eagles insider Dave Spadaro, along with defensive line coach Chris Wilson. Welcome to Philadelphia, sir.
Great to be here.
We hear it's attack, attack, attack. That's what Jim Schwartz wants to do, and that's what your guys, I'm sure, are going to want to do. How do you get them up the field and make this thing happen? Everybody just wants to see pressure, pressure, pressure.
Well, when you look at the NFL in this day and age, the two top teams in the league both led the league in sacks. So, when you can affect the quarterback, obviously it changes games because it's a quarterback-driven league. So I know our guys will be excited, and they had a fairly good year doing it last year.
Yeah, you talked about the Super Bowl. What did you when you're watching that game as a defensive line coach and somebody who's been doing it forever? You must have been so excited watching what Carolina and Denver did.
It was nice to see two defenses play really, really well on a big stage. The biggest thing you notice is that they were able to hammer the run game on both sides of the ball, and which now allows you to really do what every defensive lineman in America wants to do: pin his ears back and go sack the quarterback. And you can see that created tons of turnovers.
Yeah, Chris, we have a little bit of experience here in Philadelphia with the wide nine, and in 2011, Juan Castillo ran it, defensive coordinator with Jim Washburn running it. Can you explain why it works kind of in layman's terms to the fans who don't really know what it is, other than two guys seem to line up wide and come in at an angle?
Well, what it does is it gets really athletic, powerful guys on the edge and lets them see the football game from inside out. And so, from outside in. And what they do now is you guys are always in a position to rush the passer. And so you play the run on the way to the quarterback. And so now, from a dynamic standpoint, it takes away a lot of the gap schemes that you would typically have if those guys were lined up inside. So it makes it pretty unique for them.
And then from the defensive tackle standpoint, what are their responsibilities?
The same thing. They're attack. They're a knock 'em back kind of group. They're not gonna ever run sideways. They're gonna run vertically through blocks and be a really physical group of guys.
Chris, I know it's very early in your tenure here. I'm sure you've been digging into the film, watching 2015. What are your early impressions of what you got to work with?
Talented guys. Starting with guys inside like Fletcher and Benny and Cedric Thorne and Bo. And then you look at guys on the perimeter like Connor Barwin, who is, I think in the last 2 years, have 21.5 sacks. Brandon Graham, obviously, is one of those key guys. And then you got, obviously, Benny Curry.
Yeah.
So you've got a good group of core guys who are Eagles. And so I'm excited to get around those guys and start coaching them.
Is it difficult to translate what you're seeing from the two-gap principles last year and translating that into what you want them to do in 2016?
It's different.
Yeah.
It is, when you're going from a read mentality to an attack mentality. And both have their place, obviously. But, when you can take those handcuffs off guys and let them play a little bit more vertical, it makes everybody a lot more exciting. I believe it's going to make us a better defense.
Let's talk a little bit about Fletcher, who you had at Mississippi State his sophomore year, his junior year. Now he's a star in the NFL. Did you see it coming?
I knew he had all the intangibles. He's smart. He's a team-first guy. You encompass that with some talent. He's got a high football IQ. So, I thought he had the availability, and he stayed fairly healthy. So that's been key.
What was he like at Mississippi State? I knew his numbers were gigantic. Went just huge improvement.
Pretty much the same as he is now. He's friendly. He's a good teammate. But when he walks on the field, he ball's really important to him, and that's always one of the things that you notice from him from the beginning.
Did it come easy for Fletcher? It was something when you got him at that really formative time. Did you see this just big giant piece of clay, this talented kid that you kind of had to shape, or did he really kind of take it upon himself?
I knew he wanted to be special. He not only were his actions that way, and the way he worked in the weight room, the way he worked in the classroom. He just wanted to be a champion kind of in life. So you kind of thought he might have those kind of, that was there, that was present. I think that was instilled with him from his family.
I talked to him after you were hired, and he really spoke about the relationship that you have with your players and how excited you get about working with them, not only on the field, but off the field. What kind of relationship do you want to have with your room?
Well, I want to know the person before I ever know the player. And so I think that's really key, to know what their values are, what their core beliefs are. And so once you do that, it's easy to kind of, go in and start, fixing the things that need to be fixed on a day-to-day basis, because you got guys who are willing to listen to you at that point.
What characteristics are important to you as far as a player to have success with what this scheme is all about?
Well, the first thing is toughness, because it's required. It's hard running vertical no matter what's coming across your face, and so toughness is going to be key. And then guys who want to play with relentless effort. The effort overcomes so many of the technical things at times. So those are two of the things that we really want to make sure that when you turn the tape on, that you see we're physical, and that we're going to play with relentless effort.
Chris, how's it been making your life as a defensive coach? You played, got drafted, had a little cup of coffee, I guess, at the NFL level. You've been in a college system your entire life. How's the life been? People don't have any idea, the travel, the strain on your family, the changing relationships that you have to have from one place to the next?
I've been fortunate. I think this has moved 12 or 13, and all of them have been an incredible journey. And what you do is that, I get to a new spot and I get 9 to 10 new friends immediately. And so it's been, but now it's a grind on your family. Thank God I've got a great wife, Tina, for 20 years, and she's done a great job of just keeping everyone's mentality intact. So I'm fortunate in that regards, but it's been a blast.
What do you say to the room the first time you meet them? How do they, I guess, get to trust you, get to know you? I mean, how's that process work?
It's unique. I come in and I'm just me. I won't try to be anything that anyone else has ever been here. I just be the best Chris Wilson, and I want them to know that I work for them.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to help them, and not only on the field issues, but anything maybe that may be off the field. So I'm there not only as a coach, but a mentor and so forth.
How far away were you from making it to the league? Why didn't you make it?
Well, there were a lot of other good players.
Yeah.
And
big difference, you think, from making it, not making it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's always about the intangibles, and and where you're at, and do you fit, and then are you willing to make the commitment to keep going through it? I mean, it's a marathon. It's definitely not a race.
Did it break your heart when the playing career didn't work out?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It was, you've done something for so long. It's been such a big part of your life, but it was a new chapter. And I'm fortunate that I've obviously got a great background with my family, so they were able to keep me going and keep me going forward.
Philadelphia doing okay by you so far?
Fantastic.
You got
City
a
of
cheesesteak?
brotherly love.
That's right. You get a cheesesteak in you yet?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
Stay away from that.
Yeah.
They're good, but get too big.
Well,
you got to be fast.
Yeah, no.
You got to keep up with all your guys.
No, I just got to run behind them.
Chris, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for joining us in studio here on PhiladelphiaEagles.com.